The formula F sub g calculates the gravitational force between objects, where g is the gravitational constant, m1 is the mass of one object, m2 is the mass of the other, and r is the distance between them. This is all really nice. All we need to know is solve for the positive value of r. So all we need to understand is that in that formula, we're trying to get r by itself. Now we're going to solve in terms of f sub g, g, m1, and m2. Again, the only important part being that r is the thing we would like to get by itself. So there are many different ways that you could do this. And usually when we're looking for r, we don't want to move r. We move everything else away from it. However, because of this divided by r squared, it would just make things much easier if we just do times r squared to cancel this denominator, and then times r squared on the other side as well. So we have r squared times f sub g equal to the rest of this. Okay, keeping in mind, it's r we want by itself. So, as we generally do, we want to move everything else away from it. There was multiplication here, so we are going to divide to move f sub g. Now, there were other ways to get to this point. I just think the steps we did was the simplest. Okay, so at this point, we have r squared by itself equal to this. To get r completely alone, we need to get rid of the squared. The inverse of squaring is to take the square root. If we do it to one side, we need to do it to the other. And that's how we find that r is given by the square root of g, m1, m2, divided by f sub g, and all of it underneath the radical.